Jimmy Kimmel is threatening to sue Aaron Rodgers over the comments Rodgers made on the Pat McAfee show. But does he have a case? Let's talk about it. Attorney Tom. What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here. This is Spammyware, where I'm going to be posting a video every single day. I'm actually going to try to keep this video lightly edited today because Dirk, the editor, is sick. So I'm just going to try to talk and show you guys using the best tools that I can. So today we're going to be investigating whether or not Jimmy Kimmel has a defamation case against Aaron Rodgers. For anybody who doesn't know, Aaron Rodgers, who is the quarterback of the New York Jets, said the following about Jimmy Kimmel.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
So for context, in case anybody doesn't know, what Aaron Rodgers was referring to was the list of the associates of Jeffrey Epstein. Over the next couple of weeks, a federal judge has started to release the names of people who were on the list. Aaron Rodgers was seemingly suggesting that Jimmy Kimmel should be scared. He should be scared for the release of the list, intimating that he very well might be beyond it. Now, in response to that, Jimmy said, "For the record, I've not met with, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, and we will debate the facts further in court." I don't take sponsors. The only thing I ask is that if you need a lawyer, contact my team for a free consultation. While most people know me as a catastrophic personal injury lawyer, I'm actually a partner at 2 law firms that handle way more than just catastrophic injury. If you were the victim of securities fraud, received a notification that your info was included in a data breach, developed cancer as a result of a bad drug or toxic exposure, and many other situations, we may be able to help. It's important you talk to a lawyer right away to understand your options. If your case is not the best fit with us, we can help you find a great lawyer by using our national network of attorneys. Please click the link down below for a free consultation. So as a lawyer, when I'm evaluating a potential case, one of the very first things that I want to know is where's the proper jurisdiction and what laws are going to apply. Jimmy Kimmel lives in Los Angeles. He does a show in Los Angeles. So I Googled where does Aaron Rodgers live? And what do you know? He's actually from Chico, California. Additionally, he does have a house in New Jersey where he's the quarterback of the New York Jets. But, you know, if I'm making an assumption, because I won't have all of the facts in front of me, even if you were the lawyer, you wouldn't have all of the facts. I would assume that him growing up in California, he probably has substantial contacts there to make it proper to sue in California. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to use California law because I think if a lawsuit was brought, it would be brought in state court in California. Now, I simply went to a California defamation law firm's website, and here you can see the elements for defamation in California. There's 4 elements. 1, that someone made a false statement. That statement was published to a third party. That person who made the statement did so negligently, recklessly, or intentionally, and that as a result, reputation was damaged. These elements are actually very similar to most other states. Now, what I will comment is Jimmy Kimmel is famous. He is a public figure. Now, there are multiple types of public figures. There's full-on public figure, right? And if Jimmy is, in fact, a just full-blown public figure, he would have to prove that Rodgers acted maliciously, meaning he knew that the statements he was making were false, yet made them anyway. But now that we understand the elements, let's actually re-listen to what Rodgers said.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
He said, a lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are hoping that the list doesn't come out. He's not saying Jimmy Kimmel is expressly on the list. Maybe he's inferring that Jimmy Kimmel has his inner circle is on the list, or his associates, or the people that he runs with, the quote-unquote Hollywood elite, right? He doesn't say, hey, I know for a fact Jimmy Kimmel's on this list, and it's coming out, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's the inference, right? So the question is, Was the statement he made actually false, right? If he didn't actually say something that was concrete or objective. And really, I think that is going to be the main issue here because it was definitely published. It was definitely made probably at least recklessly, if not intentionally. And these statements definitely cause damage because you do not want to be associated with the monster that is Jeffrey Epstein. However, I don't even want to go that far because that's going to be an issue of fact for the jury, and you'd have to make a compelling argument one way or the other to get a decision there. But I think there's a much more compelling cause of action, potentially, that Jimmy Kimmel could use to accomplish the same goal. And that is California has a private cause of action for something called false light. Now, what is false light? False light exists when an individual or business, one, publishes offensive information about you, implies that it's true when it's actually false. Now, this is much more clear because the implication is Jimmy Kimmel associated with Jeffrey Epstein. So even if he didn't commit any criminal acts, right? He just by the implication of the association, he's inferring that Jimmy did some horrendous things that we can't say because YouTube would demonetize us, right? And false light is a very, very interesting concept because it's the implication that has to be false, not the actual fact of the matter. So you can say something that is technically true, but if it implies something false, there could be huge liability. Let me give you an example. And Jimmy Kimmel has come out and said he's never met Epstein, none of that, whatever. But let's just say hypothetically, at one point in time in Jimmy Kimmel's career, he was at a big party with thousands of people, and he met Jeffrey Epstein and had a 3-minute conversation, and there was a picture taken, and it was documented. That was it, okay? That's it. You could say Aaron Rodgers met with Jeffrey Epstein, right? Objectively, that is true, right? In this hypothetical. But it's implying something more when you just say it like that in the context of the list being released, which obviously if you're on the list, you did, had some greater interaction with Epstein, allegedly. So in my opinion, even though I'm not a California lawyer, I think the false light is a much stronger theory of liability because regardless of the technical words that Rodgers said, and Rodgers has since come out and has basically said, hey, I was joking. If you listen to my technical words, I didn't actually say anything defamatory, even though he did that clearly as a mitigation and retraction. But regardless of that, the implication could very well be a false light claim. And the way I see it, if Kimmel were to pursue this, there could be some liability on Rodgers' part. Now, the real question is, if he did pursue it and he was able to get over liability, what are the damages? That would be a whole nother video. But, is it defamation? Quite possibly. It depends. Is it false light? Again, it depends. But I think that's a stronger case. Okay, that was my analysis. Talk to y'all later. Bye.